every summer my family wants to like goes on a family holiday, and last summer we decided to go to Mallorca, and it was a lovely holiday. And the second day my cousin got stung by a jellyfish, and I peed over his sting. And after that my auntie told me that if you pee over a jellyfish sting, it doesn't do anything. And I was like, I know. And the sting wasn't even on his face, so that was fun. Well, hello everyone.
Sergi, how you doing? You right?
I'm good, very good.
Yeah, formal open.
Yes.
But how did you find the gig tonight in the room? How was
I
it?
really enjoyed it. They were nice. They like dirty.
It's fun dating you though. It's cool. You learn a lot. You have cultural shocks as well. Like my ex was English. She was not a big fan of olive oil, and I'm from Spain. I love it, but she preferred to use lubricant, which made the food taste really weird. But you know.
So what's the difference in how you would approach that gig in terms of going on stage? Are you actually writing your set list out? Are you putting new jokes in your head?
Remove stuff.
Yeah.
I know, because I have like my 10-minute set is within like my hour, and I like my 10 is like my hits of the hour, I would say. So I just, if I see that they are very reserved and I'm opening and they don't like dirty, I cut all the penis jokes. I just keep the one that's very reliable. And I remove the other ones.
Which is the one that's really what's the
reliable is like the mom's dildo.
So yeah, and I don't really miss my family. I miss my mom a little bit. I think my mom is really cool. And last time I was in Barcelona, one day I was home alone and I received a package from my mom. And when I opened it, there was a dildo inside. His mom is a cheeky girl. And the thing is like, I didn't want her to know that I knew what it was inside. So when she called me to check if I had received the parcel for her, I was like, yes, I left it in your room. Charging.
That one was reliable. When I say cheeky girl, if it's a room that like they don't want much, a cheeky girl, there is a silence.
Yeah, okay.
If they love a cheeky girl, that joke is going to be a banger and they like it.
And so is that like a litmus test for a kind of the way that the audience is, like a test of?
I would say at the beginning, like the spin the bottle joke is my test.
Barcelona. I had a nice childhood in Barcelona. When I was a kid, my favorite game was spin the bottle. Do you know spin the bottle? Yeah. I fucking love spin the bottle. Because you get to kiss someone you like, you know? Sometimes. Sometimes you have to kiss someone you don't like. Like for example, one time I had to kiss my cousin. Yeah, and then I had to kiss someone I didn't like. So
The spin bottle test is interesting because it's almost progression. Because like it gets darker and darker. The next reveal is not darker, but more sexual or more transgressive.
Yeah.
You know, so it starts with spin the bottle. It's a bit kind of exciting because it's people that you like, people that you don't like. And then the next joke is, the next laugh line is I had to kiss my cousin.
I had to kiss my cousin.
So that's a possible incest joke, and then it's a full on.
Exactly.
I want to fuck my cousin.
Yeah, this one hit differently today because of what happened in the room before I went on.
How are we doing? We all right? We good? You guys doing all right? You all right? Have you figured out who she looks like yet?
I didn't know. It might have been a porn.
So, are you from Switzerland as well?
No, this is my cousin.
And I just pointed at him after the joke, and that got a big laugh.
that joke wasn't even on my set. I saw you inspired me.
Initially, they did not like.
No. And initially it was like, incest, and then they were like, incest, so it's fine. They knew it was a joke, so it's fine.
Just on this callback, something I want to talk to you about is I've kind of, we've talked about this a bit, but how your attitude to crowd work has changed. So there are, like, you used to not do any crowd work.
No.
And you're quite anxious about it. Like, not anxious, but you're just like, no, I just do my jokes. And what's your journey been with crowd work? Because today, there are quite a few bits that were easy crowd work, like you were talking to the person from Valencia.
What's your name? Oh, are you from Barcelona?
No.
What's your name?
Valencia. Valencia.
De Valencia? Oh, that's nice. What brought you from Valencia to the UK? Are you drunk, mule?
So what's your journey with crowd work then?
Since I started emceeing, I had to force myself to start emceeing gigs, and since I do it, I just like feel more comfortable with like having a chat with someone and maybe not getting a laugh in 10 seconds of the conversation, and knowing that maybe I don't get a laugh throughout like the conversation, but I'm more comfortable, and I know because I know where I'm going now. I feel really comfortable to talk with someone and like have maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds like chat. And if that doesn't lead anywhere, I just like lead it to like the next joke and that's it.
What was your motivator to try and force yourself to MC?
Because I wanted to start touring, and I wanted and because you want to start touring, and I feel like if you want to be a comedian, you eventually want to do your hour, and you want to do like longer shows. I want to be able to like go on the stage from like zero, and I wanted to be able to like warm up a crowd. I wanted to be able to like go somewhere in the world and do my show without relying on someone opening for me or like warming up the crowd. And I needed to do I just had to do it, and thanks to that I feel like I improved a lot, even like telling jokes, because I started emceeing as well. So the goal of it was like I just need to be able to do it if I want to be a comedian. Because I know that like whatever happened with the crowd work, because I think it's like always nice to like just start as in like doing a bit of improv, but I know what I'm gonna say regardless of what they tell me. And I always try to find like someone from Spain or like someone who speaks my language, because then I can just go to like, oh, what brought you here? And I can do the joke that I didn't do today, which is that I moved from Barcelona to the UK for love, because I love being away from my family. I do this joke if they reply to that question. If they don't, because like today she didn't because she was too drunk, I was like, cool, I'm moving on, I'm doing the dentist joke.
Lovely chat. So yeah, from Barcelona. Love being here. I'm sober, by the way. Very sober. I'm actually working, so it's very nice to meet you. From Barcelona. I've been here for 8 years now, and I love it. I just find it a bit expensive, and whenever I go home, I always go to the dentist to save money. It's insane how much they save. Like a filling in the UK is 150. A filling in Barcelona is the same, but my mom pays for it. You should go. She will pay.
Say it for the lols.
Yeah? I didn't speak English when I moved here, and I feel like when English is not your first language, sometimes annoying things happen. Like yesterday, I saw a 3-year-old English kid on the street, and he had better English than me. He's a prick, you know. I was jealous. I was so jealous I didn't help him find his parents. You know? Like he might not have his parents, but he knows how to pronounce vegetables. I know it's vegetables, by the way. I say vegetables for the lulz.
What's your journey for that bit? So the bit is about kind of vegetables.
Yeah.
You know, but because that's a joke that's progressed, and now every time you say, I say it for the lols.
Yeah.
Do you say it every time?
Yeah.
So
every time if it works well, the vegetables.
And yeah, what's your feeling around that? Because it's a throwaway line. It sounds natural. It sounds. But what is your? But it's not technically like a punchline line.
No.
But
it's funny, or at least like the way I think, or like the reason for me to say that why it's funny is because I'm not English and I'm saying lols.
Yeah.
It's like someone like a foreigner saying, oh, it's like a lol.
Yeah.
And I find the fact that I say something that like a foreigner wouldn't say. I think, I don't know, and I think that's why it's funny.
I love how sometimes these little things happen in the city that just cheer me up. You know, like this morning I was walking through a park and I saw 2 benches, and one of them had a sign that said wet paint and the other one had nothing. And then I saw a young boy who grabbed the wet paint sign and stuck it to the other bench. And I went to him. I was like, mate, I saw what you just did. Just put the sign back. And he was like, really? Why? And I was like, because I just did the same. So I have a new friend. 7 years old.
I just want to go deeper into that joke, the paint joke. Is I think one of the reasons why you like it, I think, is because it's almost like an archetypal joke for you. Would that be right as well? And would that be?
I like that it's one of these jokes as well that is like the setup itself is a joke, and I didn't know that until I said it for the first time and people laughed, and I was like, whoa, people think that the joke is like I saw a kid switching a paper, and I love saying that joke as in that's just a joke. Because then I can say something else that's the actual joke. And that's why I love it so much, because people think that it's like, oh, that's the joke and it's funny, and then you're like, boom, no, that's not the actual, and it's like a bigger surprise.
Grandpa joke.
All my family's in Barcelona, everyone is there, well, except my grandpa. My grandpa passed away long ago, and when he passed away, I went to see him, and I don't know if you've ever seen a deceased relative, but he didn't look like him. You know, turns out it was the wrong casket. But, you know, I knew Grandpa didn't have boobies. You know?
You were telling me just before we started that you, we started the interview, that you kind of wanted to change a line.
The joke is when my grandpa passed away, I went to see him, and I don't know if you've ever seen a deceased relative. I felt when I said it that the word deceased relative made people remember certain things. Maybe it made the joke too graphic, so I was like, cool, let's remove this word, and I just did at the gig, and it still gets a laugh, but it's like not like the strong laugh I would expect from a joke like that. So I'm just genuinely, the way I work, I'm not gonna keep it. It didn't make it for my set. As soon as I say a grandpa passed away to something, you can hear some people being like, oh.
Yeah, okay.
And you don't want to say a joke like that.
Yeah.
So I might rewrite it, or like I put it aside for like maybe in a couple of months to like get it back and see what I can do. But at the moment, it didn't make the cut. When people ask me for feedback, I always, like a comedian, I always give the advice that Barry once told me, because I asked you for feedback one day, and you were like, I don't give feedback. Crowds give feedback. If something is funny, they will laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Which is true.
And they didn't laugh at like the way I want them to do, so I'm like, no, next.
The kids scream a lot. Penis.
I live here in Angel. I live next to a school, and it's nice. It's like, I mean, the kids are very loud. Sometimes they scream a lot, especially when I show them my penis. That's only on Mondays. So
Maybe another thing to talk about is the callback. Like, because you talk about that, and then later you said unsolicited dick pics.
yeah, and I also have two sisters. I have twin sisters. They're twins, and it's one of them just got a nose job. It's funny because they're twins, so if you put them next to each other, it looks like a before and after picture. It's great. One of them is married, the other one is single, and she's on the apps, and her phone is full of unsolicited dick pics. You know? I just love sending them to her. You know, it's like every morning. It's love it. Well, not every morning, not on Mondays. Mondays I'm busy doing something else.
Did you write that in, or
No. No, I used to have like the penis is cool joke. That the joke that I still don't know if I'm gonna keep it, because it's a joke that is. I need people to understand that it's clearly a joke. That I would never do that. Some people don't understand.
There's clearly a joke that you'd go to a kid's playground and show them your penis.
Exactly. I feel like it's otherwise. If people understand that that's a joke, I would laugh, because some people take it seriously. Anyway, and as a topper to this joke, one day I just said like, oh no, I just do it on Mondays. And I found it this funny because I was like, well, as if that was right. You know what I mean? I just say it with an attitude that is like, people laugh and they're like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh no, calm down. Only on Mondays. And then I started saying this as a topper. It wasn't like funnier than the actual joke, but it was still getting laughs. So I just kept doing it. And then one day I was doing a gig at the Camden Head, where tonight it wasn't me. It was like a really hot crowd. They were laughing at everything. And at some point I just did my sister sending dick pics joke. And after I did it, I always like, yeah, it's part of my morning routine. I do it every day. And then my brain just went, except Mondays. Mondays I'm busy doing something else. And then that got a massive laugh, and I'm like, well, we have a callback there.
So unsolicited dick pics is the actual line is, I love sending them. So you really sounded like you loved. There was a more emotion in the way that you said that.
Yeah.
Like, and I was curious about your relationship with kind of putting emphasis or putting emotion in your.
And especially that bit, that joke. I've been doing that joke for the last couple of years, and it used to get like laughs, and then at some point it just started dropping the laughs, and people started finding it like really weird. And I guess because it's like it was like I was saying it like in auto mode. I was like it was very automatic. And then one day when the crowd was really hot and I was like being really organic, saying things
playful and
like the emphasis that I put was like I just love sending them to her, and people just loved it because it used to be just like I love sending them to her. And it's just like more creepy when if I do it in like more playful words. It's like, what's wrong with it? I love sending them to her. And people get it as like it's just a joke. I mean, it's clearly a joke. I had a couple of times.
You keep saying it's clearly.
Again, I'm saying this because a couple of times I've done this joke and it got like a silence when they were like when you're doing opening in a really really bad room or something, and that joke gets the silence. And I remember a couple of times stopping there and being like, really? And I looking at someone, it's like, do you really think I would send a dick pic to my sister? And then I would point of like behind me, there is like comedy club. It's like, this is a comedy show, guys. And then that would get a laugh, and then I would be like, I would get something out of them. But I would be like, come on, is this thing on?
As well, just to finish, talk about the 7 languages moment at the end.
I speak 4 languages. Yeah. Can anyone beat that? Okay. Yeah? What?
7.
Oh, hello. What's your name?
Sorry, not to sound impossible.
That's okay. What's your name?
You did ask, I'm Casey.
Say it again?
Casey.
Casey. Nice to meet you, Casey. How many languages can you speak?
7.
7. Which ones?
You don't speak Catalan, so.
You don't speak Catalan? That's fine.
Luxembourgish is probably the weirdest.
Luxembourgish, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's from Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Privileged mind. So you speak Luxembourgish?
Yeah. French, German, Spanish, Italian, Danish, and French, German.
Oh, nice. Which one is your favorite out of the 7?
Probably Spanish.
Yeah, she wants to fuck me. Fair enough. ¿Cuál es tu color favorito? Oh, yeah, no. She doesn't speak Spanish, but still wants to fuck me.
And that interaction. You said something Spanish, and then she responded? Did you think she'd spoken Spanish, or did you fake?
I usually, when someone that's not Spanish tells me that speaks Spanish, I always do the same, which is like ask them for their favorite color, but I do it really fast.
Okay, yeah.
And they don't know what I'm saying, so I have the chance to be like, hey, you don't speak Spanish. And they do, but it's like the sentence is, ¿cuál es tu color favorito? But if I say, ¿cuál es tu color favorito? They're like, what? And I'm like, you don't speak.
Thank you very much for chatting.
Thank you for having me.
And I really, really appreciate it.
It's nice. It's nice to record one of our chats because we're always chatting, and sometimes when we're talking, we're like, we should have recorded this. This was very interesting.
If people want to see you, how do they see you?
Like shows and everything. I'm just going around and doing my show. That I think is I know how to do an hour. I'm learning how to do an hour, and I am just like around. I'm in London. I'm just traveling around doing my show in Spanish, Catalan, English.
So thanks for watching, and watch Sergi when you have the chance, like performing all over the world.
That was great, but you need therapy.